And former Mexican Foreign Minister Jorge Castañeda is with us now from Mexico City with more on the troubled U.S.-Mexico relationship. So thank you very much for being with us. What are the options here now for the Mexican government as you see it, should it decide to push back against the Trump administration?
Well, John, I absolutely think that the Mexican government should push back. I think it should have pushed back before because Mexico has many bargaining chips in its relationship with the United States with which to respond to the Trump administration's aggressive, unfriendly, offensive attitude towards Mexico. And this is especially true now regarding immigration and regarding security issues.
Would you see the Mexican government might decide it's time to end cooperation on joint operations targeting drug traffickers or illegal immigration or organized crime, that kind of thing?
Well, it certainly should. It should begin, of course, by saying that there is no way in the world that Mexico is going to accept deportees that are not Mexican, and that the United States is unable to prove that they are Mexican. The issue is not that they are Mexican or not. The issue is who carries the burden of proof to determine whether they are Mexican or not, and that's the United States. That's the first point. Second point, Mexico should stop doing the United States dirty work on the southern or on our southern border and stopping Central American minors or refugees or people fleeing the violence in Central America from going to the United States. If they wanted to go to the United States, let them go. We should just let them through. And thirdly, we should obviously stop any kind of cooperation on drug enforcement and even on terrorism issues if the United States and the Trump administration continues to have this anti-Mexican, offensive, insulting attitude of signing and making public these guidelines on immigration and mass deportations on the eve of the arrival of two high-level American officials in Mexico City.
Just with regards to refusing to accept non-Mexican citizens who pass through Mexico on their way to the United States. Under the Trump plan, those illegal immigrants would be essentially dumped back into Mexico. As you say, the Mexican government said that they will not accept those non-Mexican citizens. In a practical sense, how would that work? Would they be stopped at the border by Mexican agents? Is that something you could see happening?
I don't know if you've ever crossed the U.S.-Mexican border from north to south or south to north. There are checkpoints, there are barriers. And so the Mexicans that the U.S. deports come into Mexico, American visitors, millions enter Mexico. All they have to do is identify themselves. Americans as Americans, Mexicans as Mexicans. The United States wants to send us an Honduran. We say no, as easy as that. We don't let him in, period. End of story.
So given the anger right now that many Mexicans have towards this new U.S. president, is there any political incentive for the Mexican president to try and work with this White House?
Well, I think he's making a big mistake of bending over backwards to be nice. President Peña Nieto is looking like a wimp, frankly, with regard to Donald Trump. I think he is making a big mistake by trying to cooperate at all costs with the United States. He shouldn't do so. Hopefully, he will show some backbone during Secretary of State Tillerson and Secretary of Homeland Security Kelly's visit to Mexico today and tomorrow. But frankly, people in Mexico are getting more and more upset and outraged at the way President Peña Nieto is bending over backward, as I said, to be complacent and to congratulate himself with the Trump administration. This is not playing well at all in Mexico City.
Finally, I'd like to get your reaction to the comments we heard from the White House spokesman, Sean Spicer, who said the relationship with the U.S. and Mexico, in his words, is phenomenal right now. He went on to say there's an unbelievable and robust dialogue.
Well, it was very funny. He's a great comedian, and I think he's probably funnier than his imitation on Saturday Night Live. But in any case, he may be a specialist on this matter, though I'm not sure he can find Mexico on the map. I've been following U.S.-Mexican relations for the last 40 years, more or less, and never in my lifetime have I seen such a worse relationship as we have today. Never have I seen a crisis like today. I was foreign minister, my father was foreign minister, my brother was deputy foreign minister. I think I know a little bit about this relationship, and I think the White House spokesman really does not know. As the Swedish former prime minister and foreign minister said, what exactly was he smoking?
And with
I
that,
hope it was Mexican. I hope it was Mexican.
And so with that, Mr. Castañeda, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for being with us. Jorge Castañeda, the former foreign minister for Mexico. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.